been thinking about different kinds of side hustles or just kind of a brand online, but I never knew what I could focus on. I don't know how to get started, but every time I look at other influencers, other creators online, right, on whether it's on Instagram, on LinkedIn, even on Reddit, right, you see other people just they just do it. They seem to just have something in them, and then boom, they're doing it. And what happened to me was that I just decided that I wanted to give myself a shot, right? I want to bet on myself, and I was able to connect my career, my 9 to 5 job, right, at an enterprise company where I'm new at the job, I'm learning, didn't have a lot of confidence, didn't have a lot of repetition, don't have a really strong computer science background. I studied computer science as a junior in college, and yeah, I only have 2 years of experience, but I wanted to choose something that really challenges me and that pushes me out of my comfort zone. And I decided to try YouTube, right? Because I like the idea that a long-term video format really builds trust, and it also gives me the repetition, right? The practice and building confidence slowly over time, which I'm starting to get from this. So I'm definitely more comfortable speaking on camera. I'm also comfortable hosting or directing a meeting, which is also new to me. And I'm able to speak up more, right, during work when I would what used to be just quiet. What is happening in the background actually evolve over time, right? As I put in more reps for filming, right, I had to actually understand how I understand the framing in the video, the lighting, the audio, and I guess just being more myself, right? Being more authentic, being more comfortable, showing my personality out. I think this has been a improvement over time, definitely. Like nobody, if right, if you're doing it for the first time, it feels really scary. But by the 10th time you're doing it, right? 10th time you're uploading a YouTube video, right? You're putting all the settings in there. You added your thumbnails, and you got your microphone, your video set up. You know how to edit. All right. Once that you've done a couple of times, 5 times, 10 times, it becomes more natural to you, and that applies to actual work as well, right? Picking up more work, right? Picking up a challenging coding problem, speaking up when I would normally be quiet, and just putting myself out there without really expecting anything back. So yeah, this is definitely a like learning while I go, and not happening overnight, and having the thinking that wanting instant kind of results, right? Or comparing with other people and just seeing why other people is doing so well would actually kind of slow you down, because we just feel when we compare, right? We just feel like we have this fear that we're inadequate, right? Whether this is on the job or in your personal life, right? If we compare too much, or if we're constantly thinking about how others are doing or how we ourselves are doing, it actually impairs our ability to become more independent and to compare with our own self, right? If that makes sense, because we're kind of being distracted, or the energy is being dispersed into other people instead of me, instead of ourselves, and where we are a month ago or 6 months ago, right? So having this mindset to focus on myself really help, and just have the patience to see how it plays out, right? And not wanting any instant results or expecting anything back will help you get started. If you want to grow your personal brand, or if you want to do better at work, right? Build projects or reach out to people. It's the idea behind everything, right? It's kind of similar. Another concrete example is that I used to be very afraid of making changes or fixing a bug or just touching the code, because I thought when I deploy something will happen, or I would break something that normally uses that normally the application works, or functionality, right? So I just kind of stopped myself from taking action. And recently, what has been happening here, right, is that I take action and I move forward, and I have something to ship, or I have something to submit, right, even imperfectly. And this has helped me thinking that I just give the best that I can, right, at that moment in time, and ship it, and just commit the change or commit my current progress, right? Whether that's a video, or that's a code changes, or that's any kind of fixes, right? Don't overthink the process too much, because that would kind of stop everything, and it will really stop the momentum. So if what really helped me here is I became committed to shipping and committing even imperfectly, and I would just take action, and that action will turn into momentum, even when I actually don't feel like doing the work, surprisingly. And I would iterate and get better and improve, right? Whether that's my coding skills or the process of right filming or editing and publishing a video. It's similar, right? I get the repetition in, and I get the experience of improving the process of, so to do it better than how I did it the last time. And over time, this process builds foundation, and builds confidence. So just don't be afraid. If you are, just take some actions. It will kind of eliminate your fear as you go. Lastly, that it might not be intuitive right away, but whenever we don't take any actions, it's probably because one or two things. One is we think that we're not good enough right now, right? If we do something and I show it to someone else, and I'm afraid that it's not good enough, so I don't want to do it, right? That's exactly why I don't want to make the code change, or fix the thing, because I was afraid. So that's number one. And number two, this fear probably evolves from me thinking of how other people will think of me, or how other people will judge me. So both of these kind of will not make you do anything as productive as you can if you don't give it a shot, right? If I think that what it is that I'm doing is not good enough, or that other people will judge me, that is going to stop me from doing the work. But here's the truth. Other people are also thinking about the same thing about themselves, right? They're thinking about right, what the public is going to think about them, of what they do, and not necessarily be focusing on you. I hope this makes sense. So we think that other people is totally focused on us, and that is why, right, one, we think that we're not good enough. Two, we think that other people will either make fun of us or judge us or say whatever they say and make us feel bad. But the truth is other people are busy, right, with their own lives and worrying about the exact same thing about themselves. So they actually may not have the time, energy, and effort to look at what is going on with you, right? So if we can tune in and quiet down and just kind of forget about everyone else, right, for a second. Like, what can I do, right? What can you do for yourself right now? And what can you commit, right? However small steps or changes, like, can I move forward this week, right? Can I move forward every week or next week? And how fast can I start, even imperfectly? And tune out everything else and just see that, hey, I'm doing better than I am 2 weeks ago, right? I'm definitely doing better than I am a month ago. So, and over time, just having this mindset, not comparing with other people, not be afraid of whatever initiative that we do, that we start, no matter how uncomfortable or how new it is, right? This is gonna help us grow, and over time, this the growth really builds confidence and builds foundation, and it just transforms the entire person. So yeah, this is my whole experience, and so far, right, I'm enjoying it, and that's why I want to share this piece with you, so that hopefully I can, right, you can look at me as an example and think that, hey, if I can do it, right, you definitely can do it, and anyone else can definitely do whatever it is they want to do, right? Whether it's uh, everything more work or more responsibility on their everyday, or whether that's a personal brand, a side hustle, or anything else in their life to improve. So yeah, I would like to hear from you, and yeah, go. I have talked a number of times, I think, in comparing myself, right, with other people, and kind of this mindset change outside of work in my other videos. So yeah, thank you.